What's up, YouTube? So I'm home for a few hours. Got a load I'm able to use my tanker endorsement on, and it's going to Texas. So just a little snidbit right quick. Stevens Transport called me, kind of begging me to come back, and I honestly wouldn't go back. I don't think even if they could match my pay. And I got another job offer at a truck stop. I was practicing just backing up, just bullshitting around, waiting on a load. And got a job offer. Never did any flatbed or anything, and it was a heavy haul offer. Offered to train and everything, which was cool, but I'm really good where I'm at, man. They treat me right. They notice good workers, good drivers, all that. They gave me a phone call and was just asking if there was anything that I could see that they could do differently or that they could change. How's the pay? Am I getting what I should? So that's another good thing about MGR is they show that they care about their drivers. They reached out and just making sure everything's okay. How I'm liking it there. Asking for honest feedback, man, and you don't get that a lot at the big companies and stuff like that. I mean, this isn't a small mom and pop company by any means, but it's not Stevens Transport or Prime or Warner or none of those mega carriers or nothing like that. And they told me it was a courtesy call because I am one of their best drivers, better drivers, and that made me feel good about myself. So another good thing about MGR is when they see that you're good at your job and what you do, and you're a good asset to them and their company, they're going to give you a little praise for it. And made me feel good. I feel good about myself, you know. I got an old company wanting me to come back, trying to match the price, and they couldn't come close. Yeah, they really couldn't. Now training side, they offered a decent more on training. They also offered a decent more on solo too, but they just couldn't match what I'm making here. At the end of the day, it's a starting company. They're not there to pay you big. They're there to train you and get you to where you can make big money. And so I found out that once this $5,000 is done getting taken out of the paychecks, if I was to just go straight to purchasing this truck, that I don't have the free range to take it somewhere else. If shit hit the fan, let's say rates just completely plummeted in dry van and I'm struggling to make payments and provide for my family, I couldn't take this to test the waters in a different type of hauling, reefer, flatbed, oil fill, whatever, until this truck was fully paid off, which it does not take long because your payments are pretty damn high. So you paid off quicker than you would a 4 or 5 year at another place, only paying $500-600 a week. You're paying, when you do the full-on purchase, it drops from $1,500 to $1,000, and you paid off, I want to say it's 2.5 years is when the last payment, and there's no balloon payment. Once that last payment is paid, it's yours. You get the title. So that's another good thing about the lease purchase over here, is you don't have those big balloon payments. You don't have I don't know the exact term for whatever the other part I'm thinking of, but you don't have that big balloon payment at the end where you got to buy out of it. Like, no, once you pay, it's done. And then you can take it wherever you want. That was a text message. Hold on one second. I don't know if that wasn't a text message. But, so that's really the only thing stopping me from full on doing the purchase here instead of going to buy a truck and then leasing it back on with here, because I don't plan on leaving MGR. They've treated me really great. They've been a straight up honest company with me. They have showed they care about their drivers, which that's hard to find. So I don't plan on leaving. Even if I go get a truck somewhere, I would bring it back here to lease on. I I guess the only other thing that would sway me to do the purchase through here is if once I save up enough and I go buy another truck for me to drive, will they help me put a body in this truck? Or will I have to do all that legwork and all that to get a driver in the truck? Or can, if someone's coming to them wanting a company side, be like, hey, I got you a company truck, put someone in it, I'll pay them everything, and work out with whoever we put in my truck. That's probably the only way that's going to sway me differently on not doing the full-on purchase through them. Even though I don't plan on leaving, it's not my plan at all, I don't want to be locked in with a truck that I can't be like, I've got to go provide for my family, I got to go make money, and then be stuck because I can't do that, and then have this truck sitting here, and I'm like, well, okay, now I'm stuck with this company that I'm not making any money at. But I don't see that happening with them. It's been all around good. Money has been really, really great. It was the most money I've made in trucking so far. In this video is also a little settlement video. I made $1,428, I think, or 17 or 18. It's either 14.18 or 14.28. It's going to hit my bank account on Monday and take out taxes, everything like that. Put me at probably about $1,100 to the bank account, and that's with me going fishing on the weekend. It's not bad at all. And then the week I'm in right now, that'll be on this next settlement, it'll be a little low. I'm guessing they'll start taking out that extra $500 for the wrecker bill, unless we were able to get it from the other person's insurance, which hopefully that's been settled beforehand. I'm going to call Monday and find out on that. Monday or Tuesday, find out on that. And not grossing where I want either, so it is going to be a little bit lower. Don't know how much lower with that extra $500 and grossing out. I think I'm only at like $4,700 gross. Before my 88%, it's not where I want to be. Even though I'm not grossing where I want to, I've got to take into consideration, that it is my fault. It's not the company's, it's not my dispatcher. My dispatcher got me a load that would have grossed me out above where I thought I'd have been able to gross out on Tuesday, but it was going to California. What I was seeing, loads in California just staying local were okay, but getting out of there, it was all right. I know that I can get a damn good load coming out of Texas on a Monday. I normally can do that. So what I'm looking at is to set myself up for the next week. I might be taking a hit this week, but I've told my dispatcher before, if I'm not going to gross out where I want, I either better be somewhere I can drink a beer, go fishing, or I better be home to see my family. That's if it's her fault. Not her fault, but that's if it's just the load board's fault. Like if there's just no loads getting me where I need to be, I better be getting through home on that week. Or I better be fishing, or I better have a beer in my hand on a 34-hour reset. And I turned down that load that would have grossed me out over $6,000. Yes, I'm having a lower week because of that, but I'm coming through home for a few hours. I get to see my family. I get to eat lunch with them. I'm picking up my I bought a GoPro, so hopefully videos will turn out a little bit better. Practicing more editing style stuff like that with that. I'll do a review on it once it happens. So yeah, I might be having a lower week, but I get to see my family in the midst of it. And hopefully I did the smart thing and I'm setting myself up for next week to just be good, man. I need the next 2 weeks to be good, and then I'll be home for the birth of my son. As my wife just texted me, she says she's on her way. And yeah, and then I have to take this truck to get a PM. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing it before I come home, or if I take my first load out of home from when my son's born, first load out up to Illinois to get my PM done. And so yeah, it's been a good week. I got good news, you know. I got good praise, I should say, from from MGR. I got a company that's been trying to get me to come back, even offering me more money, not near enough for me to go back to them. They were a good company, all in all. We had our differences, some shit happened, and I had to cut ties with them. Stevens Transport, that is. And but for a starter company, not knowing anything about trucking or the industry, all in all, it was a good company to start with. Got me the knowledge, got me my feet wet, and yeah. So that's it. I'm gonna get off here. Got my clothes ready to throw in my wife's new car. Sorry about that. It's really fucking windy out here. Looked like a tornado hit Minden, Louisiana. That loves the scene. Their signs were blown over, and there was a flatbed that was flipped over in the parking lot. Looked like maybe one other truck was flipped over, so it looked like a tornado hit that shit. And yeah. So I'll be in Denver City, Texas tomorrow. I'll stay here in town for a while, go eat, do a Walmart run. My dumb ass, I guess, unplugged my fridge one night, and yeah, didn't stay cold long enough. I don't know if it was all night or all day or what, but none of the food in there was good anymore. Damn. Like a little ingrown hair or something, man. Pissing me off. But there's that video. I'm going to stop it here. It's gone long enough. So y'all take it easy.